going to be seemingly a 4v5 situation here throughout the game. So we did see a first round win here from Tsukiyomi, despite having only 4 players on the top floor site. So very impressive to say the least. And it does look like we have an incredibly heavy roam game that's going to be played here, with the Echo probably supporting the roam of the Solus and Vigil first and top floor. And we are going to see the early entry and storage from Vexy. But is he going to start playing Verd first, or is he going to be a little bit cautious about Splishy here? Flanking from Garage. Fully aware of this position, and this Dokkaebi call might give away his position. Not quite, actually. Never mind, he is caught on the drone. And let's see how this team decides to hunt him down. First, starting off with the Solus here. The Blackbeard's so powerful in this roam clear. The Dokkaebi gonna walk up lobby stairs to support. And Trip gets one here. And Blackbeard falls, and very successful roam from Trip. Hopefully he's able to retreat, but Zenoki giving up the bottom lobby stairs position as well. And again, a very successful roam.
말보다는 행동이지.
And Vigil picked off of...
And hello everyone, apologies for the technical difficulties, but we are finally back, starting off on the first round.
Okay, so already a 2-0 lead here despite having 4 people. Kind of mental chalking probably for PITT Wrath. Hopefully they're able to maybe make this numbers advantage count later on. Let's see if they do so.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Opting to go for storage and control. Really decent site that in ranked is usually overlooked. You're able to get a lot of vert from storage, so you don't, and no one has to ever be in storage usually, but this is one of those sites where the site itself with the bomb site, people don't usually reside there. And the run out attempt here.
Loading new magazine. Reloading.
I want to know more about that.
Sorry, having a little bit of technical difficulties again. Just bear with me here.
Reload. Running on ammo.
Okay. And once again, the technical difficulty boogeyman strikes us again, but okay, I think we are fine here once and for all. Again, thank you all for your patience. And without having been able to witness it, maybe you were only able to hear the audio, we did see another win from Team Tsukiyomi, somehow making this 4v5 work. The heavy roam strategy is paying off, as a matter of fact. So we need to see PITT Wrath here try to
Attackers need to locate
smoothen
and defuse
things
as many
out and
bombs as they can.
fix these little rough around the edges techniques that we're seeing on this roam clears that is just making it difficult for them to begin attempting to plant a bomb whatsoever, which has not been something that they've been able to even concern themselves with throughout the game.
Reloading.
And so we do see a decision to bring the Thatcher with the ace, trying to open up the walls, trying to maybe grim out IT and Rafters to push against the Azami on Rafters. Although, actually, never mind, we don't see any Azami on Rafters here. With the double TCSG. So aggressive. And the run out on Aqua Door. Let's see if this pays off for Trip. Not quite what he was hoping for. Zach, hyper cautious of that. And what is that? Boyfried with a double kill on the run out and on cargo window, it looks like, but luckily refragged. So it is a little bit more equalized here for Team Wrath. The issue is in a 3v3 scenario here, how do you continue with this attack? It's going to be hard for it to have any sort of firepower or execute potential for the plant while having to go through the defense's utility, at least mainly being the Goyos here. It does seem like it's going to be in the connector side take here predominantly, with Sack trying to add a little bit of pressure Rafters as well.
Barricaded.
And there goes the Goyo, so they do have a lot of time to work with to try to make something happen, but without the wall open as well, it does look like connector is going to be the site of the highest amount of contention here. Tsukiyomi steadfast in their positions, and we do see a deep little angle here from Sack, hoping to maybe get one free kill or two. And this nice little off angle, not able to finish him off. You'd think that was it for him, but doubling up on this Rafters doorway might try to power him. Not quite, but Mix able to hold his own, and never mind. Big little window bang from Sack. Now it's still possible, but the shotgun here might be deadly. The Grim, though, he might try to grim out Pillar, the door, and IT door. And both are grimmed out, and big kill here from Sack, and double kill to close the round. Sort of a semi comeback from that 3 versus 2 position. Huge. The Grims came there. And nice patience from Pit Wrath, not mental chalking or fully rushing in too quickly before deciding to fully commit to the push. But again though, we see the same problem of too many people dying early and Tsukiyomi being super proficient in those gunfights very early on, so they need to be careful. Zag.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Reload!
And so we are back with a similar team composition here from Tsukiyomi.
Just improving my arms.
Deciding to bring the Dinar this time. Trying to add a little bit of more utility to make the man advantage a little bit more worthwhile if Tsukiyomi is able to achieve that man advantage somehow in a 5v4, which they've been able to do so proficiently thus far. Probably expecting the runouts now. Wrath is going to be a little more careful. I'm expecting at the very least. And is this an attempt to hop out of meeting window here from Koi?
Surprised he didn't join us.
Just so aggressive every round. And a spawn peek attempt. And it does look like a
At my 12.
IT wall slash connector wall or garden wall sort of pressure they're going to try to add across the map. And a heavy concentration of... And the spawn peek from Koi did not pay off. Backfired, actually, and now they're going to begin collapsing on them in this 5v3 situation. 5v4, it's a little manageable. 5v3, not so much, and 5v2, definitely not. Vexy going to start working rafters here, and the entry denied by Trip early on, and might try to go for the swing. Decides to retreat and play this 2v4 out. Trip just getting overwhelmed here. Mix with the intervention, and will he be met in round? He's okay. Zenoki unsuccessful on that attempt to refrag, and 2v2 now from a 5v2. How does this happen? Still both full HP on the attacking end, and better and powerful guns. Vexy with the swing and a miss. This flashbang might come in huge. And Trip goes down. The extra utility on the attackers and the better guns ends up paying off here for Pitt. Able to not throw that 5v2, which was almost went upside down there. Really unfortunate. We saw mostly Pitt try to enter through IT door and E-box side, and all of those were being covered, so they needed to do some double swing there not to allow for free kills to be given. And we did see that attempt from the Grim to no success, so gotta be a little bit careful here, Wrath. Maybe getting a little bit careless, and might allow for some more opportunities for these difficult or at least even endgames that shouldn't really be happening from a 5v2 situation, to be honest with you.
By attackers.
And we do see the decision to bring the same types of operators, probably reflective of the fact that these guys are pretty comfortable with these guns and are trying to rely on heavy gunfighting here to make up for their lack of numbers. And again, it's still a close game, so it is paying off, I guess. What was that? He got shot from what? I couldn't tell. A mix there. And we're gonna see a heavy push on main breach. I am worried right now. Mix with the C4 here is gonna be critical to throw across, but he decides to swing first. Vexy capitalizes on the aggression, and Sack taking the space immediately, unaware of the player in tank.
I'm reloading.
Animus is theirs, but tank. Koi holding on to, not anymore, and look at that opportunity to take space immediately. Sack does so.
Reloading. Cover me.
Splishy trying to make some type of relief here occur, but up to Tripway to clean up his mess. And the flashbang and the plant at the same time. Trip, no idea the plant's going down. Has to do the impossible on a quadruple crossfire. And it's looking down for Tsukiyomi. The upwards trend that we saw in the earlier rounds no longer here. And down goes Trip, unable to fix this mess of a round, to be honest. So again, that first kill on the Cade there was the main turning point behind the round. Once he died, Animus was completely free, and if you're giving up these types of map control in a 5v3 scenario, then it's just too difficult. There's no utility. Animus deciding not to use the C4 from the Cade, interesting decision. Maybe trying to even it out 4v4 before anything more escalates. So that's just one of the risks you take on by swinging that early and that unprompted. And we see the role swap. It is a 3-3 split here, which is not really ideal for Tsukiyomi. So the attack probably going to be a little more difficult with these lesser numbers now, and it's probably going to be a lot more pronounced. And anti-hard breaching from Tsukiyomi, they decide to ban. Probably, I'm anticipating that they're going to bring some sort of wall denial, some maybe two-bro trick potentially. Sorry, from Wrath deciding to ban. Yeah, and they do decide to bring the bandit, and we are going to see a little bit of conflict here on the breaches. The ace still here.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Deploying jammer.
And really decent team composition here again. We do see the Legion and the Aruni to add a little bit of barriers, but overall not too many traps here compared to nobody actually. Tsukiyomi also didn't play too many traps. Let's see how the wall denial here goes. I'm anticipating a little bit of a hit on Rafter Stairs potentially to try to clear this bandit out. Well, actually, they decided to change to swap off the ace, bringing the EMP hard breaches, but Mix is going to be met with a lot of resistance here if he tries to solo this bandit. Unlikely to work. And it does seem like they're going to try to deter this bandit from further tricking if it is possible. And there down goes the EMP. And the tricking begins. Is Trip going to do anything? JX going to work here, and a ton of cover from Sack and Shiffy saying, go on ahead, keep tricking, we're here to cover you, and successfully doing so. Bandit defended like the president here. And they're able to walk up rafters. Too much firepower being dedicated here. Do they know someone is close right of IT though? Koi, not sure. And the swing caught off guard there. Not really, actually. Splishy fries him. And Sack, is that a close shotgun, Warden? Impossible to win this, is it? Or is it? Koi, fully aware of the danger, decides to go prone. Now it's difficult though. We have a triple crossfire being held. The only way to push through is to walk through this rotate, and they are gonna surround Sack here. He has no support. The trade from the guy in pillar, I believe. So now Sack surrounded, and he goes down, and the Aqua side operator or player is gonna start walking in. He decides to isolate his 1v1. Needs to win this here quickly before Splishy intervenes. Look at Mick, so careful, understanding that he doesn't want to give up a free kill here before his teammate is ready to help. Just great restraint and ability to stay back and not fall for the swing there. And once again, for all the viewers unaware, the fifth man was unable to make it to the game. So it is going to be 4 players from Tsukiyomi here versus the 5 players of PITT Wrath. Again, though, not too much of a far cry to assume that there could be a win here coming from Tsukiyomi if they continue to emulate what was shown in the first few rounds with their successful aggression early on.
Loading new mag.
And the decision to bring the bandit again. How are they going to plan to get the wall this time? It's going to be difficult to get it without too many deaths here, and unless they're able to walk up rafters again and hit it a little more properly, maybe. Last time they walked up the rafter stairs and that was about it, to be honest. So and okay, Splishy possibly considering working Aqua side while the rest try to work IT here. The Ram, interesting pick for top floor. Usually you don't see it here. Maybe hoping to hop in through a window instantly. Could be the plan here. Oh, actually, Trippy gonna be ready to Ash charge from below, it looks like, preventing JX from further tricking. It does look like he doesn't intend to trick anyways. Fully understanding that, okay, the Ash charge is probably over. Let me give that up. And we do see the floor is working Aqua here. Koi potentially thinking of hopping in, but nah, no way, Jose. The double crossfire says not today. And the C4 back up. Up the trip here to make something happen, to be honest. Not much else prospects here for Tsukiyomi. This would be a nasty angle all the way into Aqua, and Dippy trying to cover him, not quite able to. And the swing from Sack trying to refrag, not quite. Aqua goes down. What now, though? We have a little bit of a bait war happening. Nice little double crossfire, I suppose. Ready for that Ash in IT. That is massive. E-box dead, not a lot of pressure, but runs right into Tripway's crosshair, and nice little way to handle that 2v1 situation there. Pressuring the guy in IT from both positions. And PITT Wrath gets away with that one. Or, sorry, not... Sorry, yeah, that was PITT Wrath. Tying it to 4-4. No, sorry. Yeah, that was PITT Wrath. Losing my mind.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Swapping mag!
And we do see the decision to go basement here with the double wall denial, which is probably going to be confronted with the ram above. Going to try to shoot off all the wall denial is probably their only hope, but Lil Sack here to contest that as much as he can. And obviously, we've seen his aggression throughout the game. He is probably going to die above, if anything, before giving it up. And yeah, actually deciding to back off on the breaching aspirations here, switching to Grim instead of Ace. Probably smart idea. Maybe attempting to target the hatches and Exo side and working cargo side instead. And the entry into vending a little bit dangerous here. First droning. This is quite more of a direct entry. Very dangerous, very heavy gunfight focused area, and walks through the vert. I'm not sure if it was noticed. Vexy not, and now he realizes. But how are they going to treat this walk down on Exo stairs? I mean, Aruni's gun here, incredibly powerful. 1v1 here might be a 50-50, if anything. And the Soulless might be able to get a freebie. Well, looks like he's fully aware of Mix's presence in kitchen. Mix a little bit shy here. Actually knows that he's there. A little bit of pressure on Exo side. Koi might swing off the vert here. Excellent taking of space from Koi off of the ram, and is that a free kill on vert? Things are starting to happen for Tsukiyomi here. Cargo held steadfast. It does look like the main moneymaker for Tsukiyomi is going to be Exo already deep, and the site pretty much free for Koi. With the diffuser, he just needs to stick the plant here. Nice little kill, understanding that before he has to plant the bomb, he needs to get a few kills first.
Blinding them.
Now 3v3, it's a little more acceptable to try to plant it. And why is PITT so happy to give up the space, and Splishy caught on the roam, 2v3. Sunoki possibly going to take some initiative here on this Twitch. He needs this. Oh my goodness, and it looked like basically off of a pixel he was able to kill the bomb carrier. Needs to drop the hatch, and he does so. He has default plant position, but he needs to kill the bandit. 1v1 here between Trip and help from Splishy to confirm the win here. 4 people is all you need for Tsukiyomi. Just a thunderous effort. That entry into Exo with the Ramvert making noise was absolutely critical, and got another pick in addition, knowing that nobody knew he was in sight. Very interesting decision not to plant the bomb, probably recognizing that if he did, his teammates were not there to help him anyways, so might as well. And again, another difficult thing that we're gonna see here from PITT Wrath is they're just taking these regular gunfights without any playoff of utility. And basically, what's happening is Tsukiyomi is just able to get some free picks, free kills off of some angles, and able to isolate their gunfights in a way that they don't have to confront the full brunt of the crossfires that PITT Wrath is trying to impose on them, right? So, and swinging in a 50-50 situation is probably not preferable if you're the defender, given that the ACOGs are allocated to the attackers for the most part, and they do have the better guns, so you want to try to do anything you can to change the tides here and change the favor of these gunfights towards the defenders. bring in the double roam with the Scopus and Solus here. Maybe hoping to have a little bit more of a successful roam than Sack had, unfortunately. He needed a little bit of help. Decent default drones here we see from Tsukiyomi.
I'm reloading.
And a Gen slash IT side take is this? Wow, look at this. Hoping to maybe open breach. Never mind. Goes on, flips it over. There is no wall denial, so the opportunity to open the wall is still possible. It would definitely be nice, but maybe they don't know that.
Get clear.
And Vex with the early contest all by himself in no man's land. I am worried for him. He might start to get surrounded from IT and connector side. And already entering top floor. Do they know? And teleporting away finally. That's what Scopus is so good for. Otherwise he would have been trapped. And Sack actually opting to give up the vert here and bunker in sight. I think this is a very smart decision from PITT, to be honest. Not giving away any free kills, no freebies. They're forcing an execute or some type of push in a 5v4 situation. So it's a little bit preferable here, in my opinion, than risking dying above, to be honest with you. Not a lot. The vert was given very quickly, to be fair, though. So, and free kill there. Good game, good map knowledge there from Trip, understanding where someone might position themselves on that vert. I was not aware of that particular point of getting vert, to be quite frank. I'm copying that for my ranked games, but it does look like Trip recognizes that tank is free, so he might decide to walk into storage if it proves to be clear. And another kill on the hatch from Koi. And now you're going to see a lot of attention being pulled towards EXO, potentially offering an opening for Trip to walk into cargo. As a result, it might be up to Vexy to stop Trip here, and he needs to. And he does recognize he's there and challenging the vert.
Reloading.
Koi already on that EXO door, just like last round. And this is just too much pressure here on the hatches and EXO and cargo.
Picked up a threat nearby.
And nice little kill from Shiffy, but gets refragged. Splishy in sight now. Needs to get... Wow.
Changing mags.
Another critical kill there, and up to Vex to come back. Clutch seeming... Oh, very improbable now with the Grimbees. He can't intercept here easily without giving them wall hacks, and the full prone. Interesting decision there. Never mind, 1v1. Needs to be the initiator here, given the fact that the fuser's down. Anticipates the swing, and the pre-fire through the wall pays off. Incredible clutch there from Vexy, actually. What on earth? That was very necessary, otherwise match point would have been achieved. Unbelievable he was able to get away despite the Grimbees, the wall hacks, and a 1v2. It almost felt like Tsukiyomi should have just double swung and tried to take better gunfight than those isolated 1v1s there we saw. Completely leaving Grim on that little corner did not work well.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
5-5, close match, and interesting decision by JX to bring the Valkyrie here, which will prove to be a thorn in Tsukiyomi here, bringing the IQ, which will definitely waste time attempting to clear these Valcams. And quite a bit of decent anti-entry here with the Fenrir and Goyo. It seems like Wrath is bringing out the big guns.
Swapping mags.
And here comes the lurk on connector side from Koi. See if he can make anything work. And is that a C4 on EXO window? Was that by Sack? I think so. Now that it's a 5v3, I'm anticipating a little bit of baiting here potentially from Tsukiyomi. Gonna try to get at least one or two before going for the plant or some type of push here. So
145.
Wrath staying disciplined. And early entry out of nowhere into E-box. Trip finds the gap. Can he capitalize on this though? Okay, ended up taking connector too, but up to Splishy to make something happen Raptor side as well. Utility out of the way. Boy, with a brave swing here into who knows. So many guns up and the awkward flip from Squishy. And down goes both. Up the Trip to pull a miraculous ace here, who knows? Takes a little bit of a breather. And wow, a little bit of disrespect here from Wrath with the deagle swing. Now it's 6-5 in favor of Wrath. Tsukiyomi needs to be careful not to give away at that even one kill for free at the beginning of the round is devastating. Given that it's a 5v4, it just will not cut it. As we saw, there were 3 people alive and they were trying to add pressure connector side, 2 of them, and one of them going rafter side, and Aqua maybe back and forth. And there are just too many crossfires, too many guns up in the same angle. And if nobody swings from Wrath, then you can't really make anything happen, and you can't just walk in with all these guns up on you, so you have to try to hold angles and hope that they make a mistake, which if Wrath is careful and are disciplined, then it's unlikely.
Wall secured.
Going up and bringing the Malusi this time. Again, just more sound, just more traps, providing them with less opportunities to find these gaps that has been winning them the rounds on Aqua, on E-box, on EXO. I think if they decide to close as many gaps as possible, 4 people aren't going to be able to accomplish as much. And interesting, we do have those walls electrified for control. One of the more dangerous parts of this side is the entry through storage window, which can be a very fast quick plant if not careful on the vert. Oh, I'm gonna try to swing the vert here. So desperate for the first kill. This is so dangerous, and
Target located.
nearly actually kills them. Quite a versatile setup here we see from Wrath, with a little bit of a roam, a little bit of vert, and a little bit of presence on the first floor. So it's going to be a lot to clear here. Trip already cargo hallway. This is quite an important position he's in. He's practically next to site. Monster C4 Hail Mary Tom Brady from Lil Sack. Splishy gonna try to push Vert here aggressively with all the chaos happening, and wow, just I thought Zenoki was looking away from him, and I guess he turns around. Koi trying to refrag his teammate here, unable to. Warden gets away with his life and able to hold sight for the remainder of the round. 3v2, not ideal, but at least they have Vert.
Reload.
My guess is they're going to try to work storage Vert and try to plant the bomb near the window on storage. And oh, this is dangerous. Facing the shotgun on the Vert, and such aggression from Zenoki. Maybe a little afraid of what's to come on storage side, if not contested. It does look clear though. And he is gonna drone it. It's clear, Mix. It's clear. Lil Sack with the... What is that? Okay. I did not see that piece of Vert there, so... Retakes storage. Very good recognition of the fact that storage is the key position there, and I don't think Mix knows he was back in there, and he does, but... Unable to anticipate him there. Good little initiative we see there from Sack, understanding that if storage is given away, it might be over, so... A little bit of risk taken on the Vert, but able to get away with it, and Wrath comes out on top. A little bit more of a closer game than we were expecting in the 5v4 here. Maybe it gives a little bit more hope for them in the coming games in this BO3. And we will soon be back for the second iteration here. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back on Bank, the infamous, and we actually have a 5v5 now. The fifth man for Tsukiyomi was able to be present here, so as a result, we're gonna have an even matchup, and we're gonna see potentially a better opportunity for Tsuki to come back from this 0-1 lead that Wrath has. And so we're gonna first things first see Tsuki playing on the defensive end of the map, starting off with the bans on, what was that, the Grim, I believe, and we're gonna see soon the rest.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And yes, so we do see a ban on the Grim and the Ace here. The Grim always banned every time on Bank. For basement side, on those hatches, just so powerful. And the Ace probably for top square or some sort of walls on the top floor here that we usually see. Ace just so versatile that he can pretty much be used for any site, even for hatches if need be. And we are going to see a little bit of traps, a little bit of Malusi, barbed wire, Goyos, Aruni. So good amount of traps here to prevent the quick entry that Rats sometimes like to perform. And expecting the spawn peek, Vexy pretty much with a freebie there, and Shiffy as well. It looks like Tsukiyomi has not yet adjusted from their previous playstyle, despite it being a 5v5 now. Still within the mindset of last game, it looks like, and Wrath taking advantage of that. Already knowing the way that these guys played, they're like, hey, bring it. We'll let you guys do that, and we'll reap the rewards. And so it's just like we're back on Nighthaven now. 3v5 situation. And Koi evens it out a little bit more here. Swinging Kanti, an unbelievable kill. Second time over the past few days I've seen Kanti swung from top lobby and successfully challenged. Is that maybe the play nowadays? Jay gonna have a hard time walking up lobby with the util. That barbed wire not gonna go unnoticed. And two in lobby. Koi. Yes. The defending the defending man of lobby gets killed off. So now that map control is given up, and Snake just so good for determining where both are, and swings off the information here. Just dominance in just raw gunfight here. Just walks them down. And it's really that simple. No one was there to help Malusi hold lobby whatsoever, so they're gonna send two people up there, and if one of them wins that 50-50, then it's pretty bad for Tsuki. So good demonstration of how you use a numbers advantage to win.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Surprising that we didn't see basement for the first round of the game. Usually the first option for most defenders. Top floor is definitely the second strongest site. However, because of the fact that there's just so little vert on basement, and you know, so many interesting that Fenrir didn't hit the wall somehow. So many opportunities to... Okay, there's some weird activity going on with that wall there for Koi. He just gives up on it entirely. Anyways, as I was saying, a lot of things you could do for basement here. You can roam up top, hang around in Janny, CEO, office, and maybe drop some hatches, contest open area. So it's... the world is Tripway's oyster, let's say, and he is going to be a little bit of a rat here alongside Coover and Koi. Very common positions, but very decent crossfires we see as well. And this is one of the rare times where we don't see much of a square side presence here, except from Vexy. Mostly a lobby side take. Interesting to see this different approach here from Wrath from what's usually done. And wow! Pings out the Vigil, knows where he's at. Unable to get the kill here though. From the information. Probably devastated from that. Felt like a freebie. Tripway gonna say, I've had enough, but is it gonna be a free escape? We're gonna see a little bit of a contest. Nice little wallbang from Vexy. Not quite though. And a little bit of a 1v1 in Garage. Now, how are they gonna enter through square side here? Sack maybe trying to help out, but Trip staying strong. No intervention from lobby side here, so he's gonna have a nice little 1v1 and the double kill. Don't tell me the triple. Don't tell me. Terrifying quick peeks. Trip says, maybe I've had enough. It's been a good run. It's about time I get out and... He is out of there. Just so demoralizing to just hold an angle and both of you guys get killed. Good job by Trip trying to isolate those angles, and it was instant 2K. But hey, at least they have Vert now, right? Not even. Still contested. Koi adding salt to the wound, kicking a dead horse. Trip wanted to get a 3K here. That will be it. They could not clear the Vert whatsoever. Trying to play together, we saw there from Wrath, but unfortunately they just weren't positionally prepared for that. The Vigil was all by himself in open area, able to confront printer window. I mean, there's two people there, but hopping in through the same area, no help from marble side, no help from square side whatsoever. You're just allowing him to take this gunfight, and for him to just pop off and clutch up like that, especially with a gun like the SMG-12 with such a high fire rate, it's not unreasonable to expect for him to dodge the refrag there, and he does so.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Gonna be interesting to see how Wrath attempts to switch up maybe their roam clearing to prepare for this. Oh well, actually I thought they went staff. They went up top, so never mind. Won't have to do that.
Wall fortifications upgraded.
And look at this, another case of identifying where the rat is. JX catching him. Is he gonna stay there? There was the question. I think that was Trip, right? Did he catch it? I think he ran away immediately after.
Shiba deployed. Surface secured.
Hanging around in tellers. Wow, Trip, interestingly enough, decides to drop the basement. Maybe hoping for a late game flank there, and Sack kills the guy top square. They have top square here, roughly speaking, if he decides to hop in, but decides to actually hold back. Probably scared of the guy playing stock to walk up here. The question is, what now? They got their kill, but they need to do something with the square control here soon. Sack finally contested now. Is he gonna leave the angle? He is. Wow. Quad windows, a deadly position for the attackers. If it's not respected enough. And I think our point is proven there. Rexy with the wall bang on Janitor. And looks like their next targets are set on stock. No utility here to clear the zombies, unfortunately. So he's going to hope for a little bit of an aggressive swing and runs across. And the... Oh my goodness, another kill. Is that a triple kill on quad windows? Okay. And I think he might run into the crossfires of quad if he runs into sight here. JX fully ready and getting pressed by Sack and not able to get away. That quad window position, just nobody respected it, and you could see what it does, just getting an angle into sight, and it's just not gonna work if you just leave that, you know. But also at the same time, what do? Do you swing that window? Do you play around it? You need to be hyper aware of that particular quad window, or else you're in for a world of peril. And it's one of the reasons why I particularly am not a fan of top floor. There's so many strategies that can be done from that window. You could go cap it out smoke, hop in through the window. If top square breach is open, you could cover the window repellent and watch the bomb being planted. And you know, you can fire off Janitor and couches. It's just so much play and potential and so much danger for the defenders to swing these windows, given the fact that they could be anywhere on them, upside down, head glitching and such.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Organ ready. Reloading ammo.
Similar lineup here, and it is 2-1 in favor of Wrath here. They are the leaders thus far in this game, so need to be careful here from the defending team. Needs to take advantage of the fact that this is Bank. This is Bank. Although some would argue that Bank is attacker sided, I think it's polarizing topic, to be honest. Koi with a little bit of a rat position, and a lot of rotation, a lot of free movement here, extending into tellers and archives and admin that Mix decided to go for. And it does look like they want to do a whole lot of droning up top here. Make sure everything is clear. They are going to encounter the presence in tellers / archives. Sack already in stock, hunting down the roamer. And the vert in open area is going to start to be made by the ram. And look at this drone work here. Nice little angle. And what is this? Walk up marble. 2 people up trying to power the vert. And look at this safe little repositioning here. Completely goes passive after that little aggressive play. I would have expected further aggression there, but decide to chill here. Great timing for Trip. Chaos up top unfolds.
Reloading.
3v3. Still plenty of time for it to go any way and anywhere, but Trip decides to give up the bird here, content with the results and happy to get away with his life. And this is going to be a little scary here for Tsukiyomi. The opening of the stock hatch and the vert everywhere, or at least stock side. They gotta watch for that drop. But it does look like Wrath wants to put pressure kitchen side here.
Reloading.
Super disciplined from Tsukiyomi. And what is this? Shiffy picks off. Is that a roamer or is that someone on vert? Vex kind of deep right now in the wall opening, and Mix needs to do something and wait. Little instant 2 kills there. Good job we saw from Sack. Always able to sneak deep into site, or the site, or the room adjacent to site, and look for the free kills without making too much noise, without revealing his location or shooting an unnecessary bullet by the time he's near site, because he recognizes that nobody knows where he's at and someone might just run across the site unaware of the lack of integrity that the teller side was holding that allowed Sack to just walk in like that. So they need to cover these gaps or Sack is going to keep taking advantage.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Really admirable effort from Tsukiyomi to try to contest the vert and help the Solus out up top. Or not the Solus up, it was Scopus out. Scopus.
Reinforcing the floor.
Or at least refrag him because he died very fast.
Dropping max. Explosive ready.
Other Vulcans are on the field.
Opting to go basement with the Echo, and the Echo probably is going to give some extra eyes for Trip here. And what is this? Is Hoover with the Fenrir deciding to roam as well? Interesting decision. A top floor and a first floor. Okay. Early contestant garage. Splishy wants none of it. Gonna work all over the side and drone here. They need to identify that. Oh, no longer Coover is up, actually. Did they give up top floor already? I think they have, so now it's up to Trip here to do everything. He does have the Echo as support, but it's still a tall task. Heavy droning. I think they finished droning the top floor. They realize it's clear, so the Snake for extra measures, and Coover lingering in blue stairs and actually backfires. Good catch from Shiffy, but he's gonna be soon confronted with Trip if he's not careful. Impacts the admin wall and immediately leaves. Never mind. Maybe that was some type of sound bait. It's just Trip. This might not be enough. I mean,
Reloading.
he's all alone and there's 5 people walking him down. 1 out though, but still 4 left to go. It's just too much. Gets away with 1 kill though. That's excellent given the position he was in. Hatches are finally open. There's a whole lot of players left to take advantage of these hatches, and Vexy already in server. Goyo goes down. Still have 50 seconds left on the clock, but there is a second Goyo. He needs to pop this, and okay, it is popped for him by the Twitch, maybe. Wow, look how many Goyos there are. 4 it looked like, and there's gonna be 1 more after this that I don't think Twitch can get down, so that's not gonna be enough time. There's probably gonna be 10 seconds left on the clock by the time the Goyos are finished with. And what a long angle from Mix. I've never seen this before. What is this angle? JX deep inside. Another one for Mix, and 2v2 with the Echo plant denial. It's just looking grim for them. Oh my goodness. Look at these long angles. From Mix, the DMR is so powerful.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Similar options that have been chosen from both teams, except for the Monty here. That's gonna come really handy for this. Looks okay. This is an open area hold, so they do decide to hop off the Monty, realizing that it's not basement probably, and gonna try to probably open up the quad wall with thermite after taking south floor. Is probably their plan, similar to last time. Okay, ends up popping the Goyo maybe accidentally. Oh, never mind. Might have been the Twitch. Clearing some critical utility here. And what is this? Is early kill from Trip on the windows, I think. Taking their time. Very drone heavy team here, and Shiffy maybe considering hitting this gap. It is just one guy holding him, except for the feed holes, which complicate things a lot there.
Loading new mag.
Koi lurking up top. There hasn't been much roam clearing done, not much droning on the top floor, and clock is ticking. 2 minutes left. They need to speed up. Deciding to nade and maybe hit this gap from Shiffy. If he does get this kill, he's definitely gonna hop in. Messes up the nade on the BP. You just cannot hop in a position like this. And they're fully aware of this. And that looks like a wall bang or a little bit of an angle on those head holes from Coover. And finally, Koi gonna try to make a move here. And this is just devastating. Barath, never mind. Able to drone there, that was clutch. That could have been really bad if they hadn't. JY with the AK-12 pre-fire. If Koi was holding that angle, it was over for him, and nearly encounters Capcan and Archives, and how is that not a kill for Vex? Lit up his body, but Splishy with the headshot. It is one-shot headshot after all. Tough position to be here. 2v4. Vert won't be doing much for them. And very careful. Tsukiyomi holding angles.
Dread mine on.
Nice anticipation there from Jawi. Free kill in 2v3 needs one more, and maybe it becomes much more feasible. And look at this, Kitchen is being given relatively freely here. 10 seconds left on the clock, though. Mix knows this. He's backing up. Nice little angle on the bridge. He doesn't notice the hop-in. Misses every shot. Shiffy's inside. They don't have the diffuser, though. Wait, what? Where is the diffuser? It may have been with Capcan in the end. What a miss there from that Goyo. Did not see the hop-in through breach right next to him. But the diffuser just not with them right now. So it will go to Tsukiyomi 3-3. And we will see the Grim ban and the Cade. We didn't really see much Grim there, so that... Well, actually, the roles have swapped, sorry. So makes sense. We might start to see some deciding to ban the Cade and Mira. Very typical there. The Cade really powerful for that basement site. To make the ability to open these hatches even more difficult, and probably would require a striker if the Cade was electrifying those hatches. Mira's really good for honestly most of these sites, but especially for basement and top floor. Able to hold key power positions like top square, lobby side, or if you're basement, server side, most importantly. So very reasonable bans. And the Habana ban, so the Habana ban's probably gonna force Tsukiyomi to bring a lot of can openers, a lot of hard breach charges to open up these hatches, which it does look like they're going to bring the striker, and that's about it actually. They're hoping to open 2 hatches, but if Koi dies, then there won't be any hatches being opened up, so quite a bit of a risky choice here. Never mind, actually, we do see the Ying, so that's going to be a bit helpful and going to provide a little bit of plant execute firepower. Splishy Ying, always a great option for the side, and a little bit of an interesting layered approach here we see from Wrath, deciding to play janitor and maybe hop down the hatch and peel back into open area once forced to do so. And the same goes for Sack. Trip with a quick entry into Printer, and if nobody expects this, he can catch the roamers off guard. Wait a second! Has Vert already prepared Sack? Good hearing from him, preparing, anticipating that push. Mix and server already for some reason. Without any hatches open though, it's going to be hard to make anything work here for Mix, so it's up to the rest of the team here. And Splishy with a Ying shotgun. Rare to see. Usually you see this from a few only pro players, most notably Spirits, who's popularized this form of playstyle here. And wow, just the super aggressive, and what is happening there? Misses a few shots and could have shotgunned him there potentially if he was prepared for it. Sack peels back when does not peel back, actually drops the hatch to contest. What on earth? Just challenging everything, betting their life on this floor, and Mix unsure of it, where he's at, and Sack might pick up another one here if he's continues this dominance. And down goes Sack. Finally. So we see a 4v2 scenario again. No hatches opened. And a Valkyrie camera on them. Just Tsukiyomi absolutely dominating this round. Bit risky here from JX. Going on the roam. Mix probably going to look for some free kills here. Doubling up on server. Not sure they have much choice. No utility to stop them walking in, so they can face this crossfire head on, but realizes there's someone above him. Now this is just so much time waste. JX just knows that this round's effectively over, and wait a second. Mix turns it into a 2v3 here if they can kill this guy on Vert and hit sight, but 10 seconds is just not enough time, and the discipline and the double swing. Excellent double swing from Wrath there. And down goes Hoover. Good coordination there, understanding that one of them is trying to hold the Scopos and the other trying to hit sight, so might as well double swing. They could have also probably stayed tucked in and played time, but either play works. They just picked the more exciting one.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
4-3 in favor of Wrath, trying to close out the series. And very default sort of position here. I'm expecting some sort of stock setup with the Izami, given some Jaeger ADSs as support, and it does happen, of course. Up to Tsuki. Up to them to figure out how they want to approach this default defense here. And we will see a dirt entry, interestingly enough, with a little bit of presence everywhere on the map, to be fair, and very fast entry from Mix already in bottom square, running up the stairs, looking for a freebie. Someone maybe being caught off guard, caught on the default cam though, so now he's got to confront this Izami, trying to pull off some weird pixel on that Kiba maybe. Next target, stock. Azami being pressured here a little bit from both ends. And down goes Sack. Mix able to get a pick off top square here. Jay needs to kill the stock to relieve some pressure, and big help from Vex there. Able to retain the map control. Up to Mix to make some magic happen here, given that he's the one in the main position of power, or at least the place with the most potential for further progress. Nobody actually capable of contesting these head holes.
Reloading.
Yes, everyone is kind of to the left side of Mix here, all bunched up. The full prone shotgun that looks like deadly from Worden. And a little bit of activity here. Top square entry might be happening anytime soon. Trip gets the one in CEO. Janitor's the main issue now. Shiffy needs to kill Ash before he gets surrounded. JX needs to contest this as well. Shiffy scared to swing this end. One down. There's one more left. And under marble stairs, not even I was aware of that. Good flank by Groover. Barely made any sound there. Up to Shiffy and won't cut it, unfortunately. And so that will be one for Tsuki, so it's a close game. Holding on, both teams, 4-4.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Reloading.
Similar hold from Rad. Here we see full confidence in their ability to hold this area. Despite the last round here, probably they're gonna try to hold top square a little more aggressively, not let them walk up so quickly like they did last time. And it does look like we're gonna see all 5 attackers go, okay, maybe all 4 go alley access, which is close to square, so we can kind of maybe get an idea based off of this where the push will be coming from.
The silk is ethically sourced, Yaga.
Are you sure? I have a clipping about the silkworm.
And
trade.
the lurk
I'll send it
in
to you.
basement under the desk, Sack. Trying to add a little bit of uncertainty to the round here. And the early entry into dirt, I think Mix knows. But Sack has no idea.
Resources out.
terrified of this early contestant. Hoover already in bottom square here. I think they're all aware of the presence in server.
Drone ready to go.
Loading new magazine.
And once Zach gets droned out, might be in trouble. And look! Mix trying to act like he did not drone Zach. Trying to make him think he's undroned. And gets picked. Incredible acting skills there. Oscar goes to Mix. Turning away his drone and giving the comm to his teammate. Zach probably feeling cheated right now.
Mobile charge lost.
1 minute 30 left and Splishy downed. Early stock side here.
Swapping megs.
Vex and Jay need to hold the spot here before the enemy collapses on them. So, and what is this long angle?
Ready to knock them out.
I would not be happy to challenge something like this. So aggressive on these head holes, and C4 ripped and down goes Koi. It's hard to play off of those head holes, only they need some type of hard breaching, and lobby side spotted. And big swing from Shippy did not pay off, and Vexy picks off the guy in lobby side here, which relieves a whole lot of pressure for Wrath. Now they know they gotta only focus on one side of the map, and Jay gonna stay disciplined here.
Cover me. Reload.
And a nice little swing off barbed wire, unable to confirm the kill. Vexy lit him a little bit, and now 30 seconds left on the clock. Trip is actually in sight, but Mix not there to plant the bomb with him, so Trip might have to play for kills here. Walks inside, ready to plant the bomb behind the desk. Up the Trip to cover his teammate. The janitor C4 goes off. Trip unable to help him in time. Great C4 there from JX. Although underperforming in this match, able to clutch there. Critical round for Wrath, able to turn the tides, turning it 5-4 now. One step closer to ending this match. Or at least the series.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And really tough sight here for Tsuki to try to push. They do go basement with the Echo potentially to help out the roamers again. This round went terribly for Tsuki last time, so hopefully we're not gonna see a reiteration of that story. Deciding to, instead of the Ying, bring the Blitz and Blackbeard. Never mind, just a Blackbeard. And the Finka probably gonna pair up together here and try to slaughter anybody walking into their line of sight here. And is this a garage or a lobby side entry they're hoping? It looks like primarily a garage side, or sorry, a lobby side. And wow, 4 people trudging through ATMs. What is this push? No chill opening up vault hatch already. Jay saying, what the hell is going on here? What is this? Full rushing vault. Mix has him cornered here. Nice nade. He's getting full double contested here though. And Jay gonna try to push the hatch? Never mind. Nobody's pushing the hatch here from above. They're all down trying to help on site. Who would have expected this out of nowhere? And Coover comes down here as well. Chaos unfolding. Server side completely irrelevant. And site being handed to them through this rotate on a platter. Split you with the most critical, one of the most critical kills on the guy in sight. Able to hop in pretty much now if he wants to. Jay aggressing, trying to get a few kills back and not quite. The Volt rush works. Terrifying to see that from my perspective. The Volt rush completely fixing most of the problems they had. Almost seemed like all of those troubles trying to roam clear was pointless. They could have just rushed and won so quickly, but obviously something like that's not going to work again for basement. But that's a really critical win there to be able to win on the basement side. Might be able to get overtime or even 7-5 before the roles are flipped here for Tsuki. Very ambitious. Very worried there for a moment that Jay on the Goyo was about to intercept the 4 or 5 man rush, but not there in time, we saw. And this time, again, a similar team composition, deciding to bring out the Sens this time from Tsuki. Usually you don't see a Sens, but it's very valuable if you decide to play the hatch game. Or if they decide to go for a rush, who knows what they're scheming.
말보다는 행동이지.
And Trip gonna try to work Garage. And what is this presence we see in Garage here? Vex on a little bit of a weird angle here. Already in ATMs. Running into lobby, assuming having done the drone work now, they have... How are they already working the hatches? Is nobody roaming here? Sack. Waiting for the opportunity in what looks like to be closet. Or electrical room, as the game calls it. Not aware of where they're at, though, the enemy team. I don't think so. And they opened the hatch, and nobody's even there to contest the vault hatch. You would think that they'd all be attracted to this hatch, given how last round went. Challenging elevator here. And drops the vault hatch once again. It's a repeat of last time, but the echo. So problematic here. Still does not matter. Chaos ensues. Sends to cut off the line of sight, allowing the walk-in through elevator. Blackbeard's death so critical, but Vexy needs to get a gunfight here, and he does, and a 1v1 against the guy in gold. Plenty of time left on the clock for the Splishy here. But without the diffuser here, he's gonna have to challenge Vexy. Does he expect it? And he does. 1 HP. Nice little tight angle from Vexy. That TCSG so powerful on defense. What a clutch, and Wrath 1 round away from ending the series 2-0. That is absolutely brutal. It looked like at one point a 4v2 or 4v3 for Tsuki, but unable to close it out, and a little bit too much chaos for them to handle.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And we are on top floor now. We're gonna see the Solid Snake. I'm assuming Solid Snake's gonna try to hop in printer window like we see a lot of the time with Snake. It's interesting to see that similar strategy. He's able to just clear everything so fast with his radar scanner, but we do have Bird on that area again, as you can see from stock, so needs to be a little bit careful of that this time.
Device positioned.
Interesting to see the Solus pick on top floor here. Maybe he's hoping to go downstairs. A lot of utility clears we're gonna see from Tsuki, taking this very serious. It is match point after all. Pressure is high.
Electrosensor active.
And Lil Sack in open area, maybe anticipating a printer window early push. Not gonna happen though.
Reload!
Taking their time, droning everything out.
Drone ready. Electrosensor.
And the early kill from Koi on those quad windows again. It's gonna be the death of Wrath if they don't focus on these. We saw how dangerous it was when Wrath was on attack and was able to, Vex able to get a 3K, I believe, on those windows. They are careful of them though. Vex, the one who did use that window, holding that angle down, saying, "Don't copy me, please." And what is this? Top square open, Trip is already in. Plant's about to go down behind the desk soon. Everyone's in sight fully now. It's been given up. 2 people left. 1v4. To try and end the series here. Vex. Oh my goodness. He downed Koi. It's a 1v2. I don't think he knows though, and unable to expect that swing on the double window. There's just too much to look at here, and without any intel, it's a lost cause. Nice try on that comeback again, but it is overtime. So we have a little bit more left to go. This time, having had 5 people, Tsuki able to put up a fight.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
And we do see Wrath on defense again, going basement this time. And they have a little bit of extra preparation for the vault drop. Nice little thorn trap there. Might catch them off guard. And the BP in addition. They are gonna make sure they take care of this time, and no Blackbeard's gonna be going down there safely. We don't see any shields here. The striker probably to get hatches, and my biggest worry is there's not a lot of utility to work with here for the plant. So if, and I say if, Wrath decides to give up Bird relatively quickly, it won't be too problematic here, because there's not much that Tsuki can really work with, except for any free kills that they could get on Bird. And we do have, what is this, a server? Is that a dirt push? Yes, we do see already walked in through dirt, and all the Koyos popped, and Sack flanking blue stairs. At least refrag, but now 4v4 makes this a little harder for the attacker to make something work. But there is no plant denial with the Goyos. Actually, no plant denial at all. No smoke, no Tachanka. And Koi probably hoping for a plant on server here. Gonna wait it out a bit though, but this is looking really grim for Wrath. And I don't like their lack of presence server side. They don't have anything going on there. They're not swinging aggressively. Maybe they're confident in the plant that they can defend it here.
Drones up and running.
Trip is about to find out that there are guns up ready for this plant. Waiting. And Trip running in. He wants to get a kill before anything happens. Koi isn't gonna plant yet then. How did he sneak in here?
Reloading ammo.
And gets the freebie. Close on the door. Great refrag, but he gets refragged as well. Koi takes a 1v1 and I think sees his head a little bit and a little confused here, Shiffy. Shotgun to the dome. Inside. Legion shotgun here. Gonna be a little bit bad for Shiffy here. The shotgun might not help in this situation and he doesn't realize the bomb's being planted. Shiffy holds the long angle and that's it. The round goes to Tsuki. Match point overtime. What a play we saw from Ash. Sneaking in through server, through site. And waiting a moment before deciding to swing again. Nobody seeing that at all because everyone's holding passive angles. Very interesting to see Koi deciding not to plant early on because they needed something to happen there. They needed to dismantle some of the crossfires, cause some chaos, and it ended up working in the end, so. And unfortunately, the team that's on the cusp of losing this match has to go attack, probably on basement here. Needs to be careful not to lose all their resources on roam clearing now, like we've seen for the last several rounds for the basement defense here. And what is the... Quite a lot of reinforcements there we see on the side wall. Well, actually, no, it is pretty default after all. Never mind. Boy and Trip gonna work together here on top. Lone office ratting from Trip. Koi spawn peeking in match point overtime. Gutsy. Wrath need to focus here. Nice little utility clear from Shiffy. But it does look like it's going to be a top-down clear from Wrath. Vexy recognizes he has entry, but it looks like he's not going to encounter any roamers up top, and the drone work's going to help them realize that. So let's see what the first encounter is going to be with Trip here. But wait, there is someone up top here. Koi gets thrown out and immediately leaves. And so does Trip. Backs down here. Interesting. Peeling back. Really not wanting to die here. He's playing a lot less aggressive than we've seen in previous rounds. A little bit of help here from Mix. Trying to lighten the load on Trip, who's getting surrounded, and so is Fried. Is he stuck in elevator? What is he doing? And Shiffy kills the guy in open area here. That's Solus, I think. 5v3. They need to make sure they don't mess this up, though. It's not over. Hatch is open. server probably going to be taken now, and default plan probably going to be pursued with the Capital Bolt on the hatch being played. That's going to be difficult. Capital decides to be the one to push into server, actually. And, oh, this is a really critical breach here. It's going to allow him to get a nice little angle, to a nice little walk into plant, and the pixel peek from Sag. Unbelievable. 2v5 is just unrecoverable unless something crazy can happen. And Kuvra swung on, and Vexy with the double kill here. Nice take there. A methodical top-down roam clear from Wrath, and excellent defense taken. We do see them go back on defense for overtime. Match point. Tsukiyomi barely holding on.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And very interesting, we're gonna see the top floor being chosen by Wrath here. I guess they're not confident going basement again after that previous loss.
All set.
And we're gonna see a lot of most of activity from Tsuki coming from, I guess, Raft, square side, a little bit maybe. Not sure. We'll see. They could go anywhere. They could approach this any way they like. Very odd to see the Finka pick here, despite the fact that they don't have any shields, and the IQ being used for what exactly? To identify the Fenrir's maybe, or to shoot the bandits from below? Are they trying to get the wall open? Maybe not. There's no hard breach. They don't have any hard breaches, so they're not giving themselves a lot of things to work with here. I'm kind of worried for Tsuki based on this lineup already. Really fierce lineup we have here from Wrath, the TCSG, dangerous, and Mix working his bread and butter, trying to take top square, or at least drone it out. Trip
Loading mag.
in open area. Really careful drone work we're seeing here. Almost everyone is droning. Kuvra needs to win this stock. Doesn't and avoids all the bullets barely. The nades nearly kill Vexy. One HP. Stock is being given away practically, and Trip on the head hold. Oh my goodness, Sack. Paramount kill right there to not give up control of those head holes. And is that C4 gonna work? And it does. Sack single-handedly winning the game. Splishy needs to go on an absolute heater against Sack, and shuts him down finally after his onslaught, but the damage might already be too much. It might be too late. And if Wrath don't mess this up, which would be heartbreaking, then they're gonna go home with a 2-0 lead, or 2-0 series. And what is this? Vexy, what was that swing on 1 HP, but rarely avoiding the encounter. And swings the stock window, risking dying there on 1 HP. And quad window was that? Vexy holding the roof. So audacious, and that will be it. Incredible clutch there from Sack. And there you have it there, ladies and gentlemen. Wrath ends up getting the victory over Tsukiyomi, and that will be it for today's matches. So thank you all for watching today, and looking forward to some more matches tomorrow. And we will be ending the stream